Eines der meisterwartetsten Flugzeuge ist sicherlich die Boeing 757-200 von Bluebird, welche sich ja momentan immer noch in Entwicklung befindet. Dieses Jahr konnte man auf der FS Expo das Ding nicht nur anschauen, sondern vor allen Dingen auch mal testfliegen. Ich habe das natürlich für euch getan und nicht nur das, ich habe mir auch den Chefentwickler geschnappt und habe dem mal so ein paar Fragen gestellt über die 757, ja, die Roadmap und allgemein die 767 auch, was jetzt alles da noch so ansteht. Also viel Spaß erstmal damit. Wir starten aber, bevor es losgeht, mit der Landung des Fliegers. Da könnt ihr sehen, wie ich den Flieger so ein bisschen lande. Achtet vor allen Dingen auch mal ein bisschen auf meine Korrekturen. Man muss wirklich ein bisschen oder ziemlich arbeiten. Und ihr wisst, das ist immer so ein ziemlich gutes Zeichen für sehr, sehr gutes Fluggefühl. Also das hat mir sehr, sehr gut gefallen, was das anbelangt. Aber ich will nicht zu viel spoilern. Schaut es euch auf jeden Fall an. Viel Spaß.
So you're loading right now a state directly into the FMCO?
Yes, so this will actually be here on release 2. You'll be able to zap into like final approach, base legs, just like you do in a simulator. And so that's actually what we're going to do now.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
All right.
Okay.
Let me get your auto spoilers armed. And it's all yours, my friend.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Well, you know how I said like you go from 0 to 5, right?
Yeah.
Flaps and slats.
Yeah.
Flaps stop, slats
Right.
move, flaps move again.
He should. When we
Just
talk,
he was not even aware about it.
no, he is. He's aware of it because we've actually had meetings over it. He and I both went through the
Okay, well, I
actual.
think he totally forgot about it.
Okay.
So we need to have that.
Or he just may not understand. A lot of the times it's a issue of understanding what you're talking about.
Well, it doesn't happen. You know, not a
Yep.
big deal.
Yep. How's it feel?
It's very good.
Good.
I love it when you roll. The rolling is very hard, and this is what I
Yeah.
like because it gives you the feel that the plane is very,
Yeah.
very big.
Yes.
You're way too fast.
A little fast.
Are you using trim?
Yeah, a bit, yeah. Quite a few, but I think I can
500.
hopefully get it.
Approaching minimums. Minimums. 200.
Nice. It's very smooth.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah. Yeah. I've lost quite a bit of time of my life doing takeoffs and landings in this thing. Making sure that I was talking to the flight model guy and tuning it. So this, to me, when I was going through and actually tuning this is what I was doing every day for days on end. So this is about as much the same landing techniques that I use in the real plane.
When I tested it, like I said before, it looks like it is really done for me. Nearly really done.
Right.
Because it really, the textures are amazing, the flying is very good. There are so many things working very well right now. And what is, for example, the all included in the EFB?
So the EFB is one of those things we still have to work on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of the systems in terms of the what's left. So we're going to have obviously we have to have full SimBrief integration, and we have to work on that. We're going to have our own aircraft app where you can configure the airplane and the different settings, options. Eventually, when we have like right now, we do have a very basic flight data recorder that records your altitude and cabin pressurization. We're going to expand upon that later on. But yeah, the EFB is one of those areas that we still have a lot of work to do. I think it's going to take a couple of months. It's definitely not the hardest thing that we've done, so
Okay.
we can definitely do that. But we want to focus on the the flight management system first, and then the EFB, and then some of the other systems that just need some fine tuning.
But it also will include, for example, the performance and the performance guide and the map and so on. That this will also
Oh, absolutely. We want to have a performance. We're still on the fence whether we want to use the Navigraph performance calculator, because it's very good, or if we want to use our own. We're probably going to end up using Navigraph, I think, just to save time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we want to make sure we have a performance calculator, all the tools that you need to be able to fly the plane and do the route planning and all that.
Okay,
So,
very nice.
and configure and set, different options.
The first plan is what plane will release? I think it is the 200 and the 300.
Yeah. So for the $80 USD that you're entitled to the all the passenger variants, the 200, 300, Rolls-Royce, Pratt & Whitney, but initially we're gonna get the 200 out with both engine variants, and then we may shift to getting 2024 compatibility. We want to get that because I know there's a lot of people have been asking that, and we want to make sure that we get it ready for 2024 as soon as possible, and then we'll probably then do the 300.
Okay.
But all of that is included in the price. So the freighter, you see
the
here,
F variants.
that's going to be a separate package, because that's going to have some upgrades that we'll include for free for the passenger version. You don't need to buy the freighter, like the flat panel display system.
Okay.
That's going to have that. You don't need to buy the freighter to get it for the passenger, but we'll include it. But the freighter will be a separate package that you can buy. It will be priced much less than the base package.
Okay. And the 767, what is the plan with it?
Sure. So we actually have it up on the screen a little bit, but the 7.6. So right now we're working on the model, right? The 3D model and the textures, the avionics. There's a lot of things from the 7.5 that we can carry over. There's also differences that we want to make sure that we replicate and we simulate. So we fortunately have a lot of documentation on the 767, the 300 and the 400, even the 200. So we want to make sure it's going to be a smoother process, let's put it that way, right?
Okay.
Because the 7.5 is kind of our first project. There's a lot of learning that we're going along, a lot of learning that we've done. So it's going to be, the 767 will be a much smoother process.
Okay.
But the 300 ER will be in the first version that we release.
And the 767, what is there with the price? Are you happy?
I mean, I think, to be honest, I haven't thought about it, but because you're going to get the 300 ER with the two. We know you're going to get the Pratt & Whitney and General Electric. The Rolls-Royce might come later. It's probably going to be priced maybe a little less than $80. I don't know yet. But for the 7.5, you're going to have the 300, and then you have the expansion 200, and the freight. We're probably going to bundle the 200 and the freighter in one expansion. Then we'll do the 300 ERF, which is I call it the factory freighter with the LDS. That's going to be a smaller upgrade. And then the 400 will be its own package altogether.
Okay.
So we might price the base 767 a little lower than $80. I don't know yet. I can't guarantee it. It just depends on where the market is. But we want to make sure we have competitive pricing in that sense, and it's fair pricing, and we think we get good value.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm absolutely with that.
Yeah.
So, what's the planning about it? Because I know most of my guys always told me, when will it be released? When will it be released? I know this is you can't calculate it, but the plan looks like right now it's the FMC. I think it is the thing to work on.
The FMS, the landing gear system. Because the landing gear system is going to take that long. We just haven't started on it yet. So but the FMS is the biggest part in the EFB, and then all the other systems are. There's a bunch of systems that are ready for beta, and there's some systems like the engines that need some more fine tuning.
Yeah.
We go by ATA chapter in the maintenance manual, so there's some things that are ready for beta, things that are almost ready, and then things that still need to get developed. Right?
Okay.
So it's hard. That's why it's so hard. I can't. Ideally, would I love to get it out by the end of the year? Of course. We'll see. We'll see. I can't make any guarantees. I'm
Sometimes it's better, like I said, because I think it's way better. Because at the end, I think we will all will be happy.
I think you have to be very happy. I mean, just looking at the reaction that we've been getting so far. I mean, the people that have been testing it out, they love it. It's really great to hear the feedback. I love it. So.
And I can say from my guys, most of the guys really say that it looks like it's done, because when you see, for example, for other developers, they all need a bit of more work, and you see, okay, there's a lot of work to do and so on. But this looks very, very good.
It looks very good, but yes, under the skin, there's still work that needs to be done.
Absolutely.
But it's getting there. We're making great progress.
Yeah, it's looking very nice. 787. Can I ask you something about that, or is that?
You can
very-
ask me anything. I mean, the thing is, the 787, it's still in our pipeline, but we're not actively developing it right
Of
now.
course, yeah.
And I kind of, you know, in hindsight, when I think about last year, I announced it. Maybe I should have not said anything about it. But, you know, for now, our focus is really the 7.5,
Okay.
the 7.6. That's going to keep us busy for a while.
Okay, of course.
And
of
then
course.
we'll start tackling the 787, and you know, there's some challenges there we have in terms of getting, certain resources. Let's just say with the 787.
Okay. But it's in the pipeline.
It's in the pipeline.
Okay,
Yes,
that's good.
Yes,
That's
in the
good.
pipeline.
That's all we need to know.
Okay.
So thank you very much for
Thank
your
you.
time.
Thank you for
and
having me.
I will absolutely come by again.
Sure.